begin. Grab your blocks. Today I do have 4. I'm not sure if I'll need all of them, but I have 4 just in case. You could get away with 2, and you could get away without any props at all. So these are just more for support. They're not an absolute requirement, but they may make some things easier. We'll bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees open out to the side. You can place one block underneath each knee, and then you can place another block in front of your feet. Now get comfortable here, move, wiggle, adjust, whatever it takes to feel supported. And then once you feel good, inhale and exhale. Start to walk your hands forward and hinge forward at your hips. Now, as you can see, I've done this and I don't have as much range as I thought I might. There's still a gap here. So I'm going to grab this second block, place it on the medium height, and now that helps me close the gap. So you may find that you will need to adjust to as you get into these postures. But what we'll do here is we will hold for 1 minute. So place your forehead down on your block. Now, if you don't have a prop, you can just kind of do your best to release any and all tension and let your head just sort of relax towards the ground. Let's continue to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth or nose as we do this. You can nod your forehead side to side before you find stillness. But then eventually the goal is to find that stillness and just to let gravity do its thing, and helping you open and release your body instead of you working your muscles or contracting your muscles against it. We'll be doing some body scans through these stretches. So scanning from your toes all the way up through your legs, hips, belly, back, chest, shoulders, arms, neck, head. Getting an idea of what needs a little bit more of your attention to let go. When you are ready to come up, inhale, slowly walk your fingertips back, lift your head, lift your chest, come back up to your seat, place your blocks over to the side. You can grab the outsides of your knee, inhale, both knees, inhale, and exhale, bring them together to center. Inhale, Janu Shirshasana. Bring your right heel in towards your groin, straighten your left leg, flex your toes back towards you. And then what we'll do here is create almost like a bridge around this left leg. So get 2 blocks on both sides of the legs, or this left leg on the tallest height, and then place 1 block over the top, and that's where your head will go. Once you have that set up, inhale, lengthen through your spine, turn your chest to the left, and exhale, walk your hands forward until, excuse me, until your forehead can rest over your blocks. Then here we can work on relaxing all of the muscles again, just like we did in bound angle pose. You may feel a stretch along the back right side of your body, the lower back. It might be difficult to release the shoulders. We're showing up for ourselves and just doing the best we can, and that's what truly matters. Excuse me, I have a little frog in my throat. On the next inhale, begin to walk your hands back. Lift your torso up and away from the blocks, and then we'll switch. So now we'll bring the left heel in, straighten the right leg long, place the blocks on the tallest height on both sides of this right leg to form a bridge when we place the top block over both of them, just like so. Inhale, find length in the spine, lift up, turn your torso to your right, and then exhale, walk your fingertips forward and place your forehead down on your blocks. Adjust as necessary. Relax your right ankle. Now the stretch is more in the lower left back, or wherever you feel it. Sometimes you might feel it in surprising places, so it's okay if you feel it somewhere else other than what I'm saying. And if there's ever a posture that just feels too nice to get out of, you can always stay a little bit longer. But inhale, begin to walk your hands back up to your seat, and exhale, let that go. Inhale, full straddle. So now both legs are out wide to the side, and then exhale, fold forward and walk your fingertips towards the top of your mat. Or, well, if you're like me, to the side of your mat. So it depends on where you are. And that's even if you have a mat. So getting the point, we will lower the forehead on the block, relax the feet. See if you're pushing the ground away. Can you just kind of melt towards the ground a little bit more? So no engagement. This is a little bit easier with the blocks. If you don't have blocks, then you will feel slight engagement and you may not be able to fully let go, and that's okay too. I feel this more in the back of my legs, mostly the upper parts of my hamstrings. On your inhale, begin to walk the hands back, lift your forehead off of your blocks, and then exhale. We can bring both of the legs together to center, and I'm just going to turn so you can see me this way. But now what we'll do is have the legs out in front of us, both side to side, touching. Inhale, find your bridge. And actually, that's not going to work here, unless I put one here and one here. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, put one block in between the shins on the tallest height, and then put the second block either on the lowest height, medium height. Tallest height might not be as stable, so you may just need to get another block. But inhale, exhale, walk your hands forward and place your forehead over the blocks. Now I'm going to move this a little bit lower. And there we go. That feels about right for me. So what's right for me is going to be different for you. We are not all going to look the same. And the good news is that these postures are not about how you look. It's about finding these deep moments of connectedness to our bodies and stillness. Instead of always trying to find a lot of effort, forcing, or pushing, we are just letting things happen naturally. Inhale, slowly walk the hands back up to your seat. And exhale, swing your legs out to the side and behind you. You're going to come up onto your hands and knees for a moment. Inhale. And then exhale, tuck your toes and come into a toe squat. So you're going to sit over your heels. And I'm smiling because this one gets kind of intense a little bit quickly. So if you need to come out, that's totally fine, but I'm going to show you some other variations where you can place a block in front of you and lean forward. This will take some of that pressure out of the toes if you lean forward. You could even sit on top of a block. That tends to help take some of the pressure out too. And then whichever you choose to do here, I'm going to lean forward like this. Note if all of your toes can touch the ground. Now, for some of us, they may not be. The pinky toes may be off the ground, and that's okay. So we're just taking note of what is connected to our mats right now, and is it like an anatomical thing, like maybe our pinky toes just, they don't make it, they're not long enough, or is it something where we want to focus on, can we open up and find a bit more space here? On your inhale, slowly rise up, place any props to the side. Once you're on your hands and knees, you can untuck your toes and pitter patter your feet. Then sit on your heels once again, and we'll go into an ankle stretch. So inhale, exhale, begin to lean back and lift your knees off of your mat. Now here you can place a block underneath both of the knees. I find this to be really nice. However, if it's too intense, you can let that go. And you can also just focus on leaning back without lifting your knees really at all. And inhale slowly, coming back to hands and knees, shaking out or rolling out the ankles, pitter patter if that feels nice. And then bring your knees as wide as your mat. Sit over your heels and then walk your hands forward. We'll come into child's pose. Place a block underneath your forehead. Rest your forearms and elbows down on the floor. Close your eyes. Inhale and exhale. Another breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, slowly come back up to your tabletop. And exhale, come on to your belly. So all the way down. And once you're on your belly, inhale, come up to Sphinx pose. Now, adjust yourself as needed, especially if you find yourself a little bit off your mat and you want to get back on. But you can have your elbows underneath your shoulders, forearms parallel to one another. Press into your mat, and then see if you can glide your heart a little bit more towards the top of your mat. Take a breath in and a breath out. Look down the bridge of your nose. Let's stay for a couple breaths. Inhale, exhale. If you'd like, you can add a gaze over your shoulder. So inhale, exhale, turn your head to your right and gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, gaze over your left shoulder. So turning to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, slowly lower your forehead down. You can rest your forehead over one of your palms or the back of your hands. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend your left knee. And exhale, option to either grab the back foot and get a deeper stretch in your left quad. However, if this makes it too active and too difficult to find stillness, you can just let this left knee bend and kind of let it be in the air wherever it falls or goes. Inhale, lower that left foot, straighten the left knee. Exhale, bend your right knee. And again, either you're going to just let it happen naturally, or you can grab the outside of the foot to find a little bit more, I would say, intensity in the front of your quad. And you can always try both and see how both variations feel for you today. Inhale, lower your right foot, straighten your right knee. Exhale. Inhale, press yourself back up to your tabletop. And then swing your legs out in front of you. Inhale, bend your knees, scoot your bottom forward. Reach your arms forward, inhale, and exhale, roll down all the way onto your spine. And so I try to go as slow as I can, but sometimes, um, you know, you just roll down, and that's okay. Inhale, walk your feet in towards your hips a little bit more and have them about hip width apart. Exhale, supported bridge. Press into your heels, lift your hips, place your sacrum over the block, and then just let your hips rest over your prop. And so what's nice here is that you don't really have to do too much and you're still getting a stretch in the front of your hips. Now, this block is on the sacrum, and that's important because we don't want it on the low back. That'll create more of like a cringy tension feeling instead of a nice full body release and relaxation feeling. Option 2, also straighten your legs here. Then inhale, bend your knees if you've straightened the legs. Exhale, press just enough to lift the hips and place the block down before you roll your spine back onto your mat. Inhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Exhale, supine twist over to your right. Now I'm going to place a couple blocks underneath my knees. And just let my knees rest there. And then goal post your arms out to the side or reach your arms out to a T and let your chin go to your left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, supine twist over to the other side. Let your chin go over to your right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, give yourself a hug here. Grabbing opposite elbows or the backs of your thighs. You can lift your forehead up to your knees. You can also flex your toes back towards you. Inhale. And exhale, lower your legs all the way down onto your mat. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. And exhale, banana pose. Start to walk your heels over to the left And then walk your hands over to the left as well. You'll find a side body stretch along the right. Doing your best to find the spot where you find length in your side body, but then you also let go of tension at the same time. Inhale, slowly walk both hands and feet to center. Exhale, banana pose. Now walk the hands and feet to your right, feeling the stretch along the left. When you feel ready to, slowly inhale, bring both feet and hands to center. Exhale, you can rest your arms back down to the sides of your body. Place your props over to the side of your mat as well. Find Shavasana, corpse pose, legs long, arms long. You could use a block as a pillow and place it under your head. You could even place blocks underneath your knees, but then you'd have to get back up for that. And I'm pretty comfy, so I don't know about you, but I'm going to stay here. If you used a block under your head, you can let that go over to the side and lower your head back to your mat. Inhale, arms overhead once more. Point your toes, lift your lower back, get long, long, long. Exhale, bend your knees, roll onto your left or right. Use your bottom arm as a pillow. Inhale, press yourself up to your seat, walking your hands up. And exhale, take a moment here. And giving yourself all the compassion you need, knowing that it's not just about constantly go, 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 push, 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 but that also these moments of stillness, these moments of rest that we find in between are equally, if not also, important. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center. Fill this space with gratitude and kindness for yourself. Exhale, hands or thumbs to third eye, and we bow, namaste. Hopefully your body feels nice and relaxed and a little bit stretched out, while also you gaining a bit more acceptance in your body and what it needs, and knowing that it's okay, that you don't have to go full force all the time. Till next time, bye for now. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with someone who might need a little calm today. See you next time.